You are not alone. And you are not wrong. You are not wrong. Sometimes we are in places, in phases in our life, and nobody seems to relate to what we are feeling, what we think about stuff, what decisions we have to make, what we don't want to be anymore. And then uncertainty comes, like this feeling of unsureness, Am I on my right path? Am I doing the right things? What if I'm wrong? Am I stupid? Am I confused? What is wrong with me? Am I ungrateful? What is wrong with me? This is the question that we ask ourselves mostly if we feel some kind of that stuff. Because, when the whole world is not understanding what you try to make with yourself and with your life, in most cases you start to ask yourselves questions that you didn't ask before. You start to have like this loss of confidence that you didn't have before, especially when you stay in that place for longer and you're not sure. You don't make decisions that you should have been doing, and you don't take the steps that you want in the direction that you want. And in those phases, if you start to talk with other people about your plans, about what you think is the right thing, it can happen that some people just can't relate to you, even your most loved ones. And those are the hardest situations. I just want to tell you that, because it's just a journey. I don't know what is designed, like who designed all of this, but I think it's a design. Because once you experience what it means to just trust yourself, just trust your truth and follow it and see that you were right, because there is no right and wrong. There are just different perspectives about right and wrong. And the right is in the wrong and the wrong is in the right. So it's not that easy. But there's always a reason why your voice inside you tells you something. And mostly it's a humble voice. It has some deepness in it. It has some individuality in it. That's the reason why, for example, a lot of artists, if they listen to that inner voice, they can create amazing artwork. And that's what I'm believing. I think everybody's life is artwork, and you are the artist. And if you don't decide that your art is going to be your art and not like anybody else's art, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be exactly what is designed for you. And a lot of paradoxes in this life, especially if you follow these answers, follow these voices that you have inside you. When you do what you want to do, you start to appreciate life much more. You start to have more empathy for people. You start to understand people that are not like you more. It's easier for you. It's easier to stay calm. It's easier to be a good human being, to be just to be in tune with who you are. And one other thing happens: synchronicities. Opportunities come from nowhere. People come from nowhere, feelings come from nowhere. This kind of trust builds itself step by step. You like yourself more. You trust yourself more. And it is hard. It is a hard journey, especially when you're in this gray zone. I mean, there are so many different gray zones, but in this strong gray zone about the secure life that you have, the things that you know, people that you know, what other people expect from you, and then to somehow feel like it's not what it meant for you, and you just want to do something else. You want to be somebody else. You want to trust this inner guide. And you do these steps, you do these steps, you do these steps. Of course, we are social beings. And in those times, sometimes we talk about those things with different people. I mean, we don't even have to talk about it. We just observe and we see, am I that different? You know what? You are not even that different. A lot of people, maybe everybody, feels some kind of inner voice inside them, but most of the people that they're listening to that inner voice, just so hard to listen to it. And those people, they automatically transform to beings that are hurting people, that are not sensitive, that are not able to observe, that are not able to think for the good for the most people. You know, you could die any second. That's for sure. That's another thing. So if you realize that fully, you're gonna make the decisions. You're gonna know what is the right thing to do, what you really want to do, what you don't want to do, because you're gonna die anyway. Keeping ourselves back. Not trusting ourselves. The one thing. The second thing. When you are that lucky and you're going to die when you're really, really old, maybe 100. I mean, that's not really unrealistic in the times that we're living. And you're in your bed and you're not a lot of minutes, hours, days left. And you pursue your life. You close your eyes and you see your whole life in front of your eyes. What do you want to see? What is your story? You are your only viewer. You are your only real person that really sees what you're doing, who you are. When you are this authentic, you will attract the most amazing people that will see your truth too. But when you try to go away from who you really are, you are going to attract the people that also somehow feel like this about you. Like they're trying to go away from your truth. They don't want to see your truth. They're not going to appreciate your truth. But as I said, there is nothing wrong with you, and you are not alone. Step by step, step by step. And after a certain time, 1 step, 2 steps, 3, 4, 5, 6, after a certain time there are so many steps that you did. And you'll feel it, you'll see it. Change will come. But to be humble, to be patient, to trust. And also, you know, there is no end goal. If you focus on any goal, you're gonna miss this, the real. What happens now? So there is no goal. That's a beauty, you know. A lot of people, they just go for goals. But life, what about life? What about living? You will reach your goals. What is it worth for if you didn't live? It's in your power, it's in your hands. You have the control, you have the power, at least for the things that you can control about. Change is possible always. Even if it's not that big. Like some people can make bigger changes, some people not, for a certain time. But if you keep doing those changes, it will change more, it will change bigger. Thank you so much for watching. I was a little bit tired, I hope you didn't notice that. If you listened until now, I'm really happy. And if you liked it and you want to see more like that, thumbs up would be helpful, subscribing or even sharing. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.